Hello everybody, it is Sunday, January 13th, 2019, and how are we today? How are we tonight? Wherever you are in this great big world, I hope you're doing alright. Y'all know that I got my sword that I will be using for my Path of the Simon Necronomicon on January 5th, 2 Saturdays ago from this video. And leaving me kind of sad that I didn't get anything on Tuesday because it said it was going to be here on Tuesday, which was the 8th. And it came early, 3 days early to be exact. And I was like, damn. Now my Tuesday's gonna be boring. I love to get packages in the mail, by the way. It gives excitement in the air. In the air. But it's okay. I have survived. So I said I was going to cleanse it first, put the proper markings on the sword that are needed to summon the Watcher. And then I was going to let it bask and soak and get wet and drenched in the cosmic energies that are about to hit us on the 21st. And then I was going to consecrate it. Well, as the days wore on, I found myself honestly being lazy. You know, I've got some things going on in my life, personal life, and I've got other people trying to bring me down. So, you know, all will be revealed in the late night rant and ramble. And there was a moment there where I had this brief burst of testing shit out, and you all saw that in my last video talking about this when I was going over my sword. And I showed the display athame. Y'all saw that. And if you didn't, that'll be in the top left corner at the end of this video. So, like a flash, like a vision, like a burst of energy from heaven, I got the idea to just do it. Just do it. Like most of the time that this happens to me, it's usually at 4 a.m. in the morning. So I got up my lazy ass from being all comfy in my bed, my warm bed, listening to my Coast to Coast AM, which was kind of it was kind of an episode. And I started the great work. Now, the fine makers of this steel, Black Legion, they glued the nylon wrap on the handle to where you can't unwrap it. Because I was instructed by my brother to put the sigils and symbols of the Watcher on the handle, which is the aura, which is the 5-pointed star, Some call it pentacle, some call it pentagram. But fuck you. I'm gonna call it the aura. Because I don't subscribe to this. No, it's this. No, it's that. I'm being hilariously serious here. I'm just gonna call it the aura star. Because this whole debate on it's called this and it's called that is getting on my nerve. My one nerve. No disrespect, but it's just how I feel. 2019 is all about change and do what you feel. And I'm going to call it the aura star. And then I put the Aga and then I put the Bandar. And then I put the indecipherable script. Underneath those three symbols. Now I did the best thing I could. I put the aura, the Aga, and the Bandar on the hilt. Since I didn't want to ruin the wrap, because I'm not a rapper, I put it on the hilt area. Which, to me, quite honestly, and I mean no disrespect to any of my brothers, for some reason, ever since I read the book, a whole 8 years ago, with various readings in between, I've always pictured the symbols of the Watcher on the blade itself, for some reason. I don't know why. It's just what my mind's eye has always told me to do. But then I found out that I'm supposed to put indecipherable script on the sword as well. All 39 characters. I'm like, oh. Which was on the 5th of January when I found that out. And I'm like, oh. Am I going to have enough room? As you can clearly see, I do have enough room. The indecipherable script will be revealed in your path working later on. But this is to help consecrate the sword for the Watcher. And I didn't use any paint. I didn't have any sealant. I'm too poor for that. I used all my money for food and to buy the sword. Because I'm all about making these changes. So I went ahead and done it. So all that's left for me to do is to cleanse it. So I figured just cleanse it after I put the markings on it. So I'm going to cleanse it. I'm going to stick this son of a bitch out in the fucking lunar energy that's about to hit us like a sack of potatoes to your head. It's going to absorb and be drenched in the cosmic energies of the wolf super blood moon. It's going to absorb not only the full moon, but that lunar eclipse energy. And then when it's done, I'm going to consecrate it. And it's going to be wonderful. Because I'm making more and more progress. You just got to get out there and do it. Sitting on your couch reading books and proclaiming yourself to be this, that, and the other ain't gonna get anything done if you don't do it. You actually got to get off your ass and do it. And that's what I'm doing. That's what the fuck I'm doing. And I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. Now, once I get it consecrated, I'm going to be making my next purchase. For an important item, which kind of is straying away from working on the materials of the Watcher a little bit. But it's actually a very important item to the Necronomicon path working system, which is the Amulet of Ur. Or Ur. I call it Ur. And it's a vital instrument in this path. I'll be making that purchase very soon. And there's a company that can do custom necklaces, and for like $26 altogether. Hey, why not, right? I'd like to thank my buddy Patchwork for that. For taking leaps and bounds. And I'd also like to thank my buddy Maurice. My buddies Ian, Cameron, and Robbie. They're all on YouTube here, and they know my buddy Maurice. I'd like to thank Maurice for teaching me little hacks in life when it comes to spirituality. He taught me how to do this. Because there was a phase where he always had a Sharpie marker in his hand. Customizing stuff, making stuff. And I want to thank him for that. If he ever comes across one of my videos. But I did this with a silver Sharpie marker. I bought a 2-pack. Good thing I did, because the one I was using was kind of going dry. Of course, I had these for like 10 years. I had those markers for 10 years. And There was one I was using a lot, and the other one I barely even touched. But, you know, they still hold up pretty good. So I want to thank him for that. I wish he'd come back to just, you know, spirituality, but, you know, it's whatever. Because technically he was my first person that I was learning from. Most of the stuff that I carry today in my spiritual path, I learned from him. So, it is what it is. And that's what it is. So, that's all for this little update. And I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for listening. And to those who are still here, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. Whether you love me or hate me, doesn't matter. I appreciate you. That being said, question, comments, concerns, and you can find me, follow me, join me in the social media links in the description box area. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. I'm not a rapper.